Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today we are taking a look at some new keywords for a bunch of new handheld items and tools that were recently uncovered in a data mine, as well as a little speculation as to what this could mean. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So we're over halfway through the spooky season now in New Horizons, and of course enjoying everything the recent fall update introduced into the game, including all new candy, spooky DIY recipes, and my favourite thing right now, pumpkin patches. As always, the latest updates introduce all this new content in line with any upcoming holidays or seasonal changes. However, these updates often reveal tiny clues hidden in the game's code that, thanks to the hard work of data miners, provide some insight into what's being worked on behind the scenes and what could be added in a future update. The most recent discoveries include a new type of furniture item that's appeared in previous games could be set to return to New Horizons, as well as a new feature that brings more interaction with our villagers. We've covered these in more detail just last week, but today we're going over some new items that were also uncovered in the fall update. As always, from this point forwards, we will be going over things pulled from the game's files, so please bear that in mind if you're not a fan of spoilers. Anyway, it seems the fall update not only introduced a new farming mechanic, but also added a bunch of new keywords into the game specifically for items that are held by NPCs or special characters and villagers. You could probably think of these kind of items as anything from KK Slider's guitar and Label's clipboard to books, baskets and cups of coffee villagers wander around with. Pretty much items the characters can use, but we as players can't. Now, thanks to the data miners, we know the list of items NPCs can hold gained a bunch of entries during the update, including Fpan, F&K, CU10, MCAS, TR, P-Bag, Cane, PKaxe, and finally M-Chart. Of course, since the summer update back in August, Nintendo have begun shortening item names such as these in an attempt to keep unreleased features hidden. So despite knowing these keywords exist and are used for items held by NPCs in New Horizons, we don't really know what they are. The good news is it's safe to say it's pretty obvious what some of these stand for, and the Animal Crossing community didn't take long to piece together feasible guesses for each entry. For example, it seems reasonable to assume Fpan is frying pan, F&K is fork and knife, and CU10 is cooking utensil. This also adds weight to the theory that a cooking mechanic is coming to New Horizons, but could also be linked to Franklin and the Harvest Festival later in November. Furthermore, the community thinks it's possible MCAS could be maracas and TR is trumpet, which may hint that at some point villagers could use musical instruments similar to the ocarina or pan flute that players can use. I would imagine this could be tied into a Christmas or holiday style event. And finally, some of the more exciting entries include Cane, which has led to a very ambitious theory that Tortimer or Tortimer and his iconic cane are returning, and pickaxe stands for pickaxe and is hinting that Mr Resetti himself could make an appearance at some point in the future, which personally I'm all for. I'd even be happy to listen to him shout at me for 10 minutes just for old time's sake. And of course that only leaves P-Bag and M-Chart, which aren't as obvious as the others and could literally be anything. But what do you think these items could be? Let us know your guesses in the comments. Anyway, although we don't know exactly what these new items are, if they're even instruments and tools, and if they're linked to specific characters or events or not, they definitely exist, and it's pretty exciting knowing the Animal Crossing developers are actively working on new features. Personally, I love to see what's being worked on behind the scenes, and it's always super fun to guess, so I hope you enjoy these kind of videos too, at least until any official news is announced. But what do you think about these keywords? Do you think they could mean something different, or do you have an idea of what features they could be linked to? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video, but just before we wrap things up, I'd like to share with you a simple checklist app I made for amiibo cards. It's called Moribo, and it's a quick and efficient way to keep track of your collection on the go. It's available for free and can now be pre-ordered on the app stores. If you're thinking of collecting amiibo cards when they release next month and want to check it out, that would be awesome. Of course, it should go without saying, but this is an unofficial fan-made app and has no affiliation with Nintendo. Anyway, as always, I'd like to thank the data miners for all their hard work. I'll leave links to the original data below. Please be sure to support them if you can. And if you're an Animal Crossing fan, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any New Horizons news. Until then, I'd like to give a special thank you to this channel's Patreon supporters, as well as this channel's members. You guys absolutely rock and truly help me upload as regularly as I do. I couldn't do it without you. Don't forget to head over to our Discord server too, and of course, if you made it to the end of the video, please comment pickaxe just to let me know you did. That would be super awesome. And please be sure to include what you'd love to see Mr. Resetti do should he return to New Horizons in person. I'd love to know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. Please be sure to leave a like if you did. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.